Hey there, YouTube. This is a quick review, more of an overview of the Lone Ranger figure. It's the 18-inch Lone Ranger figure from NECA. I've been looking at this guy for a while. First off, let's start with the movie. Well, the background of Lone Ranger, it was actually a TV series from 1940s, 50s, probably 49, I think, around there. It was about the main character, the Lone Ranger. So this movie, which is by Disney, was I guess a more updated TV version. It was made in 2013, I think, around there. It starred Arnie Hammer as the Lone Ranger. It also starred Johnny Depp as a character named Tonto. So the reason he's called a Lone Ranger, spoilers, he's the last of the Rangers, hence the name Lone Ranger. He's also joined in his adventures by Johnny Depp, who plays Tonto. And whatever takes place, Tonto kind of revives him, I guess. And the adventure takes place in the movie where the Lone Ranger, Arnie Hammer, he must save United States from a conspiracy, and that's as far as my spoilers would go. Now, the movie, it didn't do too well financially. It should have done better. I mean, it's such a shame. I find a lot of movies that are made for guys. Now, this movie was made for guys. It was kind of a soft Disney movie, which means it had a lot of kids in mind, a family movie, but movies with westerns, I just don't think they can do well. The real guys from the 80s, even the 90s guys, they're gone. A perfect example would be Pacific Rim. That movie was oozing sci-fi. I mean, that movie was incredible. The trailers are great, but then when it's time to put your money where your mouth is, a lot of guys just didn't show up, unfortunately. But thankfully, that movie did so well overseas. Yes, there's still a real man overseas, and they saw it. But Americans it was a betrayal. Guys want guy movies, but when it's out there, they don't watch it. But when there's garbage like Hunger Games, I actually like Hunger Games Part 2. Hunger Games 1 was atrocious, and for Jennifer Lawrence, she's a Academy Awards or Oscar, what the heck it's called. I think she won one of those damn things. But she was so lifeless in the Hunger Games. I mean, that script was garbage. But it just shows how guys, and mostly teenagers, like probably teenagers and guys, see, I'm not talking about movies now, looking at this NECA figure. But I find I'm a teacher also in school, and I find a lot of these kids, they lack knowledge, so they'll see what somebody else tells them to see. So if there's a bunch of little female news magazines, shows, like I don't know, Access Hollywood, I guess it's still on, I have no idea. They said you must see Hunger Games. It's the talk of the town. Well, they'll see it because it's just the way teenagers are. They don't have the mental capabilities or the decision making to decide if good or bad. But I find a lot of times when it comes to movies, also, it's a clash internet, right? It's like you have guys with different IQs also clashing there, So when you're talking to somebody, you don't know if there's a kid, they're a teenager, the background, their mental knowledge. I find a lot of kids when I teach, they lack critical thinking skills, Even when I was in school, I find a lot of people who did poorly lacked critical thinking. So this applies to movies like The Lone Ranger. It looked like a good concept, Here's this guy, he's essentially a superhero movie. Lone Ranger viewed as a superhero movie. But it just shows the poor critical thinking by people. How could so many people want to see the Hunger Games, and it looked like crap. It looked like crap. We can say it's all about our opinions on stuff, but opinions usually, as adults, your opinions are based on what you actually learn in school, your critical thinking. There's a difference between being educated and being smart. An educated person can just repeat, but somebody who's smart can repeat but can also put in their own words and actually add in their own words what the school system may give them. You understand? So people don't really develop the smartness. Yes, there could be tons of people educated. Like, I know a lot of teachers, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They don't care enough about the kids, right? I know that, again, once again, the action figure review, but yeah, but anyway, the point is, this movie should have done better. Fans should see it. Now, if I give it 1 to 10, I would give it about 6.5. It could have been better, absolutely, but it wasn't the god awful mess that Twilight was, or the Hunger Games was, or the Transformers was. Those were god awful messes. But the thing about Mario movies, I kind of wish they'll lower the CGI and start using some real stuntmen. Sometimes you gotta lower the explosions and do stunts, natural stunts. Have a guy leap onto a horse. Don't CGI a guy jumping from a exploding train, for example. Not that happened in the Lone Ranger, but they're just an example of keeping action grounded and realistic. Now, on to the quick figure review. Like, I wanted this guy for a while. I kept waiting, and then eventually I saw it, and I was like, I had to get it. It's a decent price right now. I won't say where I got it from, but you guys look around to find good deals on it. And I wanted it because it looked so nice, especially after I saw a Lone Ranger movie. Theaters were empty, but it's guys, man. Like, guys have to support and watch guy movies. I'll add more to that later about like how guys would watch Godzilla, but yet Pacific Rim was a better movie and they didn't show up. It's a society full of how do I put this, male gonad suckers that we live in. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate for those comments, but I'd rather say it. Hopefully somebody learns something and thinks about it. So now it's hard for me to review this guy because it's so massive. That's why I have to do it like this, So his head looks straight ahead, really, but it looks pretty far down. Yeah, it looks pretty far down, so his eyes can look down. Okay, and his shoulder comes out all the way, as you can see there. I'm trying to get more light on this thing. Okay, let me try to adjust the camera. Here we go. This is Army Hammer's head. As you can see, the paint detail by NECA is very nice. The sculpt is very nice. You can see the little flowing waves of hair. It looks like a brown with some darker shades of brown, maybe some black in there. So that's very well done, as you can see. And let me go over the face again. You see the face has a nice 5 o'clock shadow. The sideburns. Mask is sculpted. So it looks like, well, the difference between sculpted and painted is sculpted. It looks like it's over actual face instead of look like it's part of the face, It looks like you actually pull the mask off. I wouldn't try though, but I think with NECAs you can actually remove the sculpt of the mask, and under the mask will be Arnie Hammer's base. Again, 5 o'clock shadow. He has a little scarf there. This is his clothing. Now, the stars on the clothing is really sculpted. Over here, my thumb is pointing at. That's his imagine this is his jersey, and over the jacket, the jersey is sculpted with soft rubber, and so is the jacket. The jacket looks like it had some nice wear and tear. Looks like a real Texas Ranger. Anyway, there's the elbow, 90-degree bend, and the hand. There's the hand, and there's the gun. See, the gun has a lot of the camera can focus there. It has some black wash on it. Let's see if I can get the. Yeah, you see the wash? It has a silver, but it's black wash to mimic like a wear and tear. And that's the hand there. There's a ball, so it goes around and it swivels any direction. So that's great. There's the belt. and to the sides. It says, get more light there again to show the gun holsters. Yep, all great low man need gun holsters. So now we come to the crotch region. This is really the problem here. This is a soft rubber, but this isn't. That's not the problem. The problem is right in here. In between the hip and the leg, you see the ball. It's supposed to be a black ball there, but as you can see, it doesn't match the color of the pants. I mean, it fits in somewhat in terms of like the pants are like a dark brown and the ball is the ball joint's like black, but you can still see, as you can see, the light reflecting off it. So that's the problem there. The legs, they bend 90 degrees. They go forward perpendicular, so it's like to the hip, so it's like it kicks straight out, very nice. It doesn't go back at all. It kind of like, you know, it lines up with the hip. It doesn't go backwards, and this goes 360. But I don't feel it's up and down. I mean, there's a slight up and down, but it's not really as pronounced as it could have been. Now, there's some nice wear and tear in the shoes. As you can see, little lines and wrinkles on it. That's very nice. So it's very well done. Very well done piece. If I were to score it, I would give it 8 or 9. I would have been a 10 if it wasn't for the black ball joints and hips sticking out like that. You know, which is terrible. So that's it. I mean, I wanted to try it. I tried. I really liked it, and it's a very nice figure. So there it is. I give Arnie Hammer his hat. You know, as he says, "Hi ho, silver away." So hope you guys like the commentary about the movie. Hope you guys like the commentary about society. Hope you guys like the slight overview of the figure. Yeah, that's it. And please subscribe and share. You know, even if you don't like what I have to say, hopefully it gets you to think a little bit. And appreciate you guys watched, whoever will, whoever has. Thank you very much. This is Obtuse Angle again, Mr. Phony, and I thank you guys. Take care and stay tuned for more reviews. Peace.